Okay, that went well. Dianne Feinstein apparently still stewing over that nasty tit-for-tat with Texas Senator Ted Cruz, calling him arrogant and patronizing in an interview today to Senator Cruz himself, ready for some responding today. Senator, good to have you. What did you make of that? Arrogant and patronizing.
Oh, Neil, it's great to be with you. Listen, other senators can choose to hurl whatever insults they like my direction. I have no intention of reciprocating. 26 million people in Texas expect me to come here every day and represent them, and in particular to raise the sorts of questions that I raised at that hearing, which is, what are the limits of the Constitution? And I got to tell you, there are a lot of politicians in Washington, both Democrats and Republicans, who have lost sight of the constitutional limitations. I have to tell you, the reaction at the Judiciary Committee hearing when I raised the textual limitations of the Second Amendment and the Bill of Rights, those reactions were reminiscent to Nancy Pelosi's reaction when she was asked, where in the Constitution is the authority for Obamacare? And her answer was, quote, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" There are a lot of people who don't think it's serious to recognize the limits of the Constitution. I think that's the obligation of every one of us.
She seemed in her approach to be saying, look here, whippersnapper, I've been around here for whatever it was, 20 years, and you got to learn your place. Now, that's just my interpretation here, but the others have said, as I'm sure it's not news to you, Senator, that as a freshman senator, you're in a unique and special club, and you're not following the rules of decorum in that club. What do you say?
Well, I think there are several other senators who have decided to insult me personally, and my consistent pattern is I'm not going to do the same. They can throw any insults they want. My focus has been and will remain on the substance. For example, the response that was ultimately given in that exchange was that the Heller Supreme Court decision gave Congress the authority to represent assault weapons. But what nobody got into is what Heller said. Let me point out, Neil, I know exactly what Heller said because I represented 31 states in the Heller case, was an active part of litigating it. And what the Supreme Court said in Heller is that the Second Amendment allows, quote, dangerous and unusual weapons to be prohibited. And then the example it gave was machine guns and sawed-off shotguns. But it also said that weapons that are in, quote, common use cannot be prohibited consistent with the Second Amendment. And one of the many problems with the so-called assault weapons ban is it's trying to ban a semi-automatic rifle, effectively a deer rifle with certain cosmetic features, of which there are over 4 million in circulation. And under the explicit terms of the Supreme Court's decision in Heller, you cannot ban a firearm that is in common use by the American citizenry to defend their homes and their families. But my focus is on the substance, not on whatever the emotion or anger might be on the other side.